Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to the movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on Nobody 2. Bob Odenkirk returns once again as him and his family are going on a nice needed vacation as he just wants to get away from having to, constantly just pretend to be nobody while constantly getting himself into fights unexpectedly. And of course, just because he's on vacation doesn't exactly mean that everything is going to go well as he goes up against a new baddie who is trying to take him down and his family. And from there, we get a lot of that same amount of carnage that Bob Odenkirk caused in the first film in a much more stylish fashion. Not really anything like super new when it comes to the action, but it's very entertaining nonetheless. And it's something that I feel like almost anybody could probably expect. I really enjoyed the first Nobody. I did not know what to expect from this film, like if this was going to be like some John Wick knockoff type film. But it was actually quite a bit of fun, and it came out during the time when movie theaters were starting to open back up again during the pandemic. And it was successful enough to get a sequel. And while the movie doesn't really do anything fresh in terms of new ideas or anything like that, it's mostly the same movie, just in a different area. But I knew just from the get-go that this movie wasn't really going to do anything fresh or original. All that it was really going to have was Bob Odenkirk kicking ass once again. And he does. Action sequences all around. There wasn't a time where a single action sequence felt dull, as what I really like the most about this franchise is the fact that while Bob Odenkirk is a fighting man, oftentimes he does try to hide the fact that, he's a man out for carnage. But he still wants to be a regular living being who wants to have a healthy lifestyle with his family. But of course, we knew that that wasn't going to happen with this film. As even if this movie has like 5 more sequels, none of that's ever going to happen, because with a movie like this, I think you should know exactly what to expect. Now, there are often times where the movie kind of feels a little bit too similar to the first film. There are some aspects towards the beginning and the end that almost feel a little too similar, which is a little bit lazy, but not lazy enough where it just took me out of the movie, because these movies aren't very long. This movie is shorter than the first film by about 3 minutes, and yeah, it goes by pretty quickly, giving you exactly what to expect from this film, from the amount of, action sequences they could put on screen into an hour and 30-minute long film. There's a part that really shows that Hutch is a true family man during this one action sequence in an arcade. And it was probably one of the most satisfying things that I saw when it came to, sticking up for your loved one. And I'm not going to go any further into spoilers, but for a movie like this, there really isn't too much to spoil. All that you can expect from this film is more of the same thing, though I really have to praise the fact that Christopher Lloyd comes back in this film. And it feels like he has a much more bigger role. In the first movie, he kind of feels like he was there just for, the fact that, a very big-named actor is coming back for a modern film. But I feel like he has much more of a bigger role in this film. And that's always nice to see. Seeing Christopher Lloyd in a modern film, I feel like will always be satisfying. Even if it's like the worst movie to come out in recent memory, it's still nice to see. But yeah, there really isn't too much to this film that I can say is particularly different from the first film. And I will say I don't think it's as good as the first one, just due to the fact that, the first film was straightforward and I didn't really feel like it needed a sequel, as this movie really doesn't do a whole lot in terms of, changing the formula up a little bit. It still has the same amount of carnage, but hey, I feel like that's exactly what the movie was going for, and it did its job right, just like the first film. In the end, guys, there really wasn't a whole lot to say about Nobody 2, other than the fact that, it's a sequel that exists, but it's an entertaining one. The pacing's pretty quick, it doesn't drag on too long, it knows exactly what it was trying to be, and I really like how it shows how much more of a family man Hutch is in this one when trying to, protect his family. And all in all, Nobody definitely has something to offer for, I wouldn't say everybody, but anybody. Anybody who loves action, anybody who loves carnage. Yeah, that's pretty much what I mean by that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram or maybe Blue Sky. Links are in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.